everyone, Hannah here. Hey, today we're talking about the part of the fruit of the Spirit known as faithfulness. On the count of 3, let's say faithfulness. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Faithfulness is about being dependable, being consistent, being someone who can be counted on. If you're a faithful person, you're someone people can depend on. Today we're specifically talking about being faithful or honest with your words. In fact, today our big answer is I always tell the truth no matter what.
Delivery.
Guys, I'm sorry, I don't actually know your name.
They just call me the Rat.
Alright, well, we call him the Rat. So, the Rat, it looks like you're making deliveries and you had a package for us?
Yeah, but something else came up.
Oh, what was it?
Well, I've been delivering packages all day long.
Okay.
And to these fancy apartments, a few houses, and a mansion or two.
Okay.
And one to this Lima who lives in a closet.
Wait, was that Majunga?
I don't know the guy, but he was a real wise guy.
Yeah, that's Majunga. So, what's the problem?
Well, I was knocking on the door, but no one answered. So, I thought to just leave the package on the shelf.
Like the shelf outside his house?
No, I broke in to make sure the package got there.
Okay.
Nice and safe.
You broke in to leave it on the shelf.
Yeah, but it also happened to be his bed.
His bed? Oh, that's right. Majunga sleeps on a shelf.
Yeah, but then the worst thing happened. I forgot I had mud all over my boots, and I tracked it in everywhere. And, of course, it got on his bed.
You tracked in mud and broke into someone's house? Wait, how did the mud from your boots get on his bed?
Well, you see, I took a quick nap.
You took a nap in his bed? Boo, weird.
I don't see it like that, but okay.
Delivery guys don't break into houses, track in mud, take naps in people's beds. You sound like a real Goldilocks.
Okay, well, what am I gonna do now? That Lima guy was real angry. What if he calls the cops?
What are you gonna do? It's kind of obvious.
You're right, it is obvious. I'll tell him that you did it.
I did it. That's no good.
Yeah, you're right. He would never believe me. You're too much of a goody two-shoes. And this is more of a batty two-boot situation. Oh, I'll tell him Bongo did it.
You're gonna tell him it was Bongo? No, listen, that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, okay. Nope, that's what I'm gonna do. Bye-bye now.
What? No. You're just gonna lie to him? What a terrible delivery.
It's time for a Bible story. A long time ago in the land of Israel, there lived 3 young guys named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. What are those names? Did you say their names were Sad Rat, Mean Hat, and a Bendy Goat?
No, not even close. Their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were some pretty solid dudes. They loved God with all their heart, and things were going pretty well for them. Until one day, all of that changed.
Wait, let me guess what happened. They were taken from their homeland by an invading army.
Well, actually, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Do you know the story already?
Whoa, really? Crazy. That was just a random guess. What are the odds of that, huh?
Well, you're right. Israel was invaded by the wicked King Nebuchadnezzar.
Whoa, that stinks. And double whoa, because the names in this story are crazy.
I know, right? King Nebuchadnezzar invaded their country and took a bunch of people captive, and then brought them back to his home country called Babylon.
Hold up. Okay. I know the names in this story are a little wonky, but you gotta be kidding me. He was from a place called Babyland? That sounds awesome. An entire country full of adorable babies? Actually, that doesn't sound awesome. I bet it smelled like a giant diaper. Ugh.
No, not Babyland. It was called Babylon, and I'm sure it smelled just fine.
Gotcha. So what happened when they got to Babylon?
Well, they were trying to adjust to where they live now. I mean, one day they're chilling at home in Israel, and the next day they're in a totally different country. They didn't know anybody there, they don't speak the language, and on top of all that, they were forced to work as slaves.
Yikes, that is pretty rough, man. I bet they were like so super scared. I mean, they're in a completely different country, they don't know anybody, they're completely on their own. Man, I would be totally freaked out.
Actually, they didn't freak out. They knew God was with them, so they kept on like they had before. Every day they would pray and worship God.
Hey, that's great to hear. Sounds like things could turn around, huh?
Well, things did change. but not really in the way that you might expect. One day, King Nebuchadnezzar decided to have a huge statue of himself built. He wanted to be 90 feet tall and made out of gold.
Seriously, a 90-foot golden statue of himself? Man, what a waste of a statue. I'd rather have a 90-foot gold statue of something awesome, like a really fat hamster. Oh, or like a unicorn playing guitar.
I agree. Those would be pretty sweet. But no, he wanted it to be of himself. And once the statue was built, he ordered people from all around to come and see it. He had musicians set up all around the statue and gave the order that when they started to play, everyone would bow down and worship him.
Okay, that's a little weird. So what does this have to do with our three amigos exactly?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were some of the people that were ordered to come and see the statue. But, as you can imagine, they weren't very interested in worshiping King Nebuchadnezzar. They only worshiped God.
So what happened?
Just like the king ordered, the band kicked in and everybody bowed down to the statue except for 3 people. You want to guess who?
Larry, Curly, and Moe.
Swing and a miss. It was actually Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And as you can imagine, the king was not very happy with them disobeying his orders. But he liked Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so he gave them a second chance to change their minds and worship him. The band kicked in again, everybody else bowed down, but
Let me guess, they didn't bow.
no sirree, Bob.
Yeesh, I bet he really did not like that.
No, he did not. King Nebuchadnezzar was furious that they had refused to worship him, but they held firm and told the king that they would only worship the one true God.
Oh boy, I bet they got punished pretty bad, huh? What'd they get, like 1,000,000 spankings?
No, much worse than that. The king's guards grabbed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and took them to a huge fiery furnace, a giant oven with flames blazing out all over it.
Good grief, that thing is no joke. It's gotta be like 1,000,000 degrees, or like a bazillion Celsius, or like 5 Kelvin.
Well, look at you, Mr. Science. And yes, it was very hot. The king decided to give them one more chance to bow down to him, and if they didn't, he was going to throw them into the fiery furnace.
Whoa, he was seriously gonna like kill him?
Straight up.
So what'd they do? I mean, did they just give in and bow down? I mean, listen, that would be totally understandable. I mean, look at that oven thing, man. They'd get roasted like marshmallows in there. That would be terrifying.
That's true. It was a pretty scary situation, but they trusted in God and they weren't afraid. They knew that God was more powerful than King Nebuchadnezzar, and if God was on their side, they didn't have to be afraid. So when the king said one last time to bow down, they refused.
Uh-oh, so did he throw them in the furnace?
Nope. Instead, the king ordered the furnace to be made 7 times hotter than it already was, and then throw them in.
What? How do you even do that? That's gotta be like as hot as the sun, or like an atomic bomb, or my new mixtape.
No. But it got so hot that when the guards opened the door, the heat was so strong that they were instantly killed.
Oh, look, the guards are dead. Now's your chance. Run for it, guys.
Well, there were other guards. Kind of an expendable resource back then.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
So another set of guards grabbed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, dragged them over to the furnace, and threw them inside. King Nebuchadnezzar and everybody else watched as they closed the door and waited. But what happened next? Nobody ever expected. There in the furnace, in those blazing hot flames, stood 4 men.
Wait, what? They didn't die? Like an instant, terrible death of burning and dying?
Nope. The guards and King Nebuchadnezzar could not believe their eyes. There were 4 figures standing in the flames, totally fine.
Hold up, wait a second. There were 4 people? I thought you said they threw in 3 people. You know, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That's only 3.
True, but there was a 4th person in the furnace with them. It was Jesus.
What?
Yep, Jesus was with them in the fiery furnace and protected them from the flames. King Nebuchadnezzar told them to come out, and they walked out completely unharmed. Their clothes didn't even smell like smoke.
That is incredible. So that's why they weren't afraid of the king, huh? They trusted in God so much and knew that he would be with them when the times got tough.
Exactly. That day, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego showed King Nebuchadnezzar and everyone in Babylon that God was with them, and no matter what came their way, they didn't have to fear.
That is totally stinking awesome.
You bet. The end.
Hey everybody,
I'm Pastor Joel, and I'm super excited to be hanging out with you guys. But first, I want to tell you a quick story. This story takes place all the way back when I was in the 4th grade. Now, I had just got my very first ever video gaming system. It was a Nintendo GameCube, and I thought this thing was the coolest thing in the entire world. I spent every moment I could playing this GameCube. If I wasn't sleeping or eating or going to school, I was playing this GameCube. To the point where it got totally out of hand. So much so that I would come home from school and I wouldn't do my homework and I wouldn't study. I would just play the GameCube. Now, I had pretty good grades. I was a kid who liked going to school. I liked studying. I really liked learning. So I had pretty good grades. But after getting the GameCube and I never did my homework and I didn't study anymore, my grades began to go down and down and down and down. And my parents began to take notice. So whenever I was busy doing homework, when really I was just playing my GameCube, they would come check on me and I'd be playing, I could hear them coming, and I'd quickly put the controller away, pick up my homework and be like, oh, yeah, I'm just studying away, Mom and Dad, thank you, okay, love you, bye. And as soon as they would leave, I'd put the homework down and pick back up my GameCube and I'd begin to play it. And eventually I'd forget about the homework. And so I'd quickly do it on the way to school in the car, or I'd quickly do it in the classroom before I had to turn it in. And it was not very good. My grades began to go down and down and down. And my parents kept coming to check on me, and I kept lying to them. Every time they'd check on me, I'd pretend I was doing it. I'd pretend I was studying and doing my homework, but I wasn't. And I would love to tell you that I came clean, that I felt so bad, and then I was like, Mom, Dad, I've been lying to you. I've been playing my GameCube instead of doing my homework. That's why my grades are slipping. But that's not what happened. Eventually, my parents just were smarter than me. And I got grounded pretty bad. They said I was grounded indefinitely. You'll be grounded until we decide you're ungrounded. So I thought I was never going to get to play my GameCube again. But the worst part was that I disappointed my parents. They couldn't trust me anymore. Now, we think that when we do something wrong, like tell a lie, it isn't going to get us in that much trouble. But that's the opposite of what the Bible says. The Bible says a false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. That's found in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 5. It's a little like this. This is my friend Zuzu.
Hello.
Now, let's pretend Zuzu's mom asks her, Zuzu, were you watching a show on YouTube that you know you're not supposed to watch? Let's pretend that she did, but she knows that she'll get in trouble if she tells the truth. So she lies. This is going to represent that lie. Go ahead and hold on to that for me. Perfect. Thank you. Now, it's easy to think, oh, it's just one little lie. I'll get away with it, no consequences. The problem is, when we do lie, we're attached to it. And it begins to wrap us up. There we go. Now, Zuzu is connected to that lie. No matter where she goes, she's attached. Her mom might come back and say, Zuzu, I just looked at the history on YouTube, and it says you did watch that show. Oh no, she's been caught. Now, she's got to quickly come up with another lie. So Zuzu says, it was probably B. Oh man, now she's connected to another lie, and it's beginning to tie her up. There we go. Her mom might come back and say, Zuzu, I just asked B, and she didn't use the tablet today at all. But Zuzu says, no, Mom, I saw her. She's the liar. So, to cover it up, Zuzu has to tell a lie again and again and again. And before she knows it, she is tied up and she can't escape. So I'm going to go ahead and just lock this real quick. There we go. She's locked in. She's trapped by her lies. And the only way that she can escape this is by telling the truth. Maybe she says something like, Mom, I was lying. B wasn't the one using the tablet. Slowly, she begins to set herself free. Maybe she says, Mom, I did watch that show. And now, she's free. Now, it can feel like lying will help you and you'll get away scot-free. But in fact, you can never escape a lie. Zuzu, thank you so much.
Well, there you have it, folks. Faithfulness says that when it comes to my word, I always tell the truth.
Hello.
Hey, the rat, you're back. And?
And what?
What happened with Majunga? Did you tell him it was Bongo that did the mud thing?
Nope.
You didn't? That's great.
Nope. Instead, I went home and washed off my boots. So now, they're not muddy.
Wait, you didn't say it was Bongo that made his bed muddy, but instead you just went home and washed your boots?
That's right.
But didn't you tell Majunga it was you?
Nah, it's whatever. And when he asks me, I'll say, nope, it wasn't me. And because my boots don't have mud on them, he'll believe me and I won't get in trouble. There's no evidence and he can't pin this on me.
So you'll say it wasn't you, and because your boots don't have mud on them, he'll believe you and you won't be in trouble.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, this is awful. Lying never works.
Excuse me, Hannah, the rat.
Hey, Majunga.
Hey, Majunga.
Don't you even speak to me. You have got some explaining to do, Mr. the Rat.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Allow me to paint a picture for you of a lemur who was minding his own business, only to come home and find mud all over his very lemur bed. Do you know anything about this at all, Mr. the Rat?
Well,
Well, it's right, because I present to you the Exhibit A, a Majunga pillow, usually for a Majunga head, but today apparently for a rat.
yeah, this kind of looks like your foot, rat.
It is one thing if my delivery rat had made a mess, but then, I don't know, was honest about it maybe, but no, lies! And now I cannot trust you, so officially, as of right now, I cancel my delivery business with you. Finished! Good day!
No. Now you can't deliver to Majunga anymore. You should have just told the truth. Now you've lost your job.
Oh, man, this is so annoying.
Lying never works, and now it's even worse.
Yeah, I guess I gotta go find something else to do.
Oh man, this stinks. Well, it goes to show you lying never works. I'll go talk to the rat. I'm not sure that he really got it. And he still owes me a package.
I go to him in the evening. I go to him every moment. I go to him, 'cause when I pray up, I suit up in the moment. I go to him in the evening. I go to him every moment. I go to him, 'cause when I pray up, I suit up. It's a brand new way to be human. It's a super way to be human. It's a brand new way to be human. I'm building my life on Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh, 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 building my life on Jesus Christ. In the good times, I go to him. In the sad times, to be superhuman. He made the way for me to be superhuman, yeah. He made the way for me to be superhuman. He made the way for me to be superhuman.